Everybody, welcome back to another fun and exciting Algebra 1 class. Today we are going to be going into lesson 11.2. That is on page 409, page 409. All right, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be simplifying, or maybe you've heard it called reducing, rational expressions. Well, when we reduced in baby school, we would find the GCF, and it's going to be similar, but there's going to be some differences. So let's talk about what those differences are and how to do it here with polynomials. All right, number one, we want to factor the numerator and the denominator, okay? And so you're like, whoa, wait a second, I gotta remember how to factor? Are you serious? Yes, you have to remember how to factor. I know that was several lessons ago, but you have to factor. Number two, we want to cancel all of the common factors. You'll see what I mean by that. Basically, if there's a factor on the top and the bottom that's the same, we're going to cancel that out. We're going to just cross them off. Step number three, we want to set all of our canceled factors equal to 0. So if we do cancel any factors, we have to set those equal to 0. Those are what's called our excluded values. Number four, write the new expression with any excluded values for x. All right, so we're going to keep coming back to this. Every time we do one, we'll keep looking back to the rules there. All right, here we go. Let's factor this. That's step number one, right? Yeah, factor the numerator and denominator. So how are we going to factor the top one? Well, this one, all we can do is pull out a common 2. So 2 is going to come outside, and we're going to end up with x plus 3. Okay, so that's our new numerator. Now this one's a little different. We're going to have to factor this one by factoring the quadratic. Okay, so x and x, our signs are going to be plus and plus. All right, so we got 12. So we got 1 times 12 and 2 times 6 and 3 times 4. So those are our factors there. Which one's going to give us 7? Okay, that's right, 3 and 4. So we're going to use 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And you can just test it if you want. That's 3x that's 4x plus 3x, and that gives us our 7x. Perfect. So this is our new factor. So let's write that down there. X plus 3 and x plus 4. Now, notice what we have here. We have a common x plus 3 and x plus 3. Here's what we do with that. All we do is we cancel it. Okay? It's almost like having a 2 over 2. How do we do that? Well, we cancel it, right? 1 over 1, and that equals 1. We're doing the same thing. We are canceling it to a 1, so you could write the 1 there if you want. You don't have to, because we have other things that we're multiplying by, and since 1 is identity, we're just multiplying, and we're going to get, so if we do leave it up there, we just multiply 2 times 1, and we get 2. So it doesn't matter. Put it there if you want. Don't put it there if you don't want. It's fine. All right, so now what do we have? Here's what we're going to do. Let's go up to step. That was step number 2, cancel any common factors. Step number 3, set all canceled factors. That says factos. I don't know why that says factos, but it should say factors. Sorry about that. And we want to set all the canceled factors equal to 0. So let's go up there and let's do that. What was our canceled factor? X minus 3. So let's set x minus 3 equal to 0. We're going to move it over. This is what we did in the last lesson, and we get x cannot equal 3. Okay? So now how do we write this? Write the new expression with any excluded values of x. So what's our new expression? Well, we have a 2, and we have an x plus 4, and then down here we have that. So we're going to write 2 over x plus 4. And that would be part of our answer, and then this would be part of our answer as well. X cannot equal 3. Okay? And so that's how you do that. Just follow the steps. All right, next one. And if you're following along in your book, this is on page 410. Page 410. All right, so let's go back up to the steps. What's step number 1? Factor the numerator and the denominator. Okay, well, again, on the top, all we could do is factor out a common 3, and we get x plus 2 on top. All we can do here on the bottom is factor out a common 5, and we end up with x plus 2. Okay, cool. So what can we do? We can cancel these, and this is our fraction. That's all that's left over. Our polynomial canceled out. Now, don't forget, you have to set this equal to 0. X plus 2 equals 0. Your canceled factor, set it equal to 0. Subtract 2 from both sides, and we're going to get x equals -2, or x cannot equal -2. All right, so there's our answer. 3/5, and x cannot equal -2. And I would probably circle both of those separately, and that'll help me to see that you know what you're doing there. Okay? All right, those aren't too bad, right? Well, we always think that, and then they get harder. Let's try this one. Let's see what happens here. Well, this one, again, common factor. It's all we can do. And so the 2 comes outside, and we have x plus 4. Down here, this is a difference of 2 squares. Look, that's a square, and that's a difference. Do you remember how to do them? Those come out to what we call conjugates. X plus 4, x minus 4. All right. So there we go, x plus 4, x minus 4. So we're going to cancel the x plus 4, cancels out. And so our new answer is going to be 2/x minus 4. That would be part of it. And then we also had to set x plus 4 equal to 0. Move that over, -4, -4. And so we have x cannot equal -4. That would be the 2 answers to that one. All right, let's do this next one. It is on page 411. So first thing we want to do is we want to come over here and we want to factor this guy. What we're going to do is we're going to pull out the common 3. So you see a 3, and then we get a 7 minus x over. Now we have to factor this guy. And so this is going to be an x and an x. We're going to have a plus and a minus. Okay, that's what our sign matrix would tell us. And we're going to factor 21. So 1 times 21 and 3 times 7. I'm going to try the 3 times 7 because, look, I need to get that -4. So that must mean the 7 is bigger and the 3 right there. So let's try it. That's -7x. And that is +3x, and that does indeed give us our -4. So those are our factors. All right, now let's take those and put them over here. X plus 3, x minus 7. Now, we've done this one other time, and some of you, when we did that, you were like, mind blown. So let's try it again, and let's see if we can figure this out. Now, I want you to see something. Look, 7 minus x and x minus 7. Those are really close, but we can't just go, oh, cancel, cancel. It doesn't work that way. Why not? Okay, so it doesn't really work out. What do I mean by that? It's a positive 7. Okay, if you look at this, it's close, but it's a +7, and that's a -7. This is a negative x, and this is a positive x. So what we need to do here is we need to apply what we call the -1 principle, or the -1 factor. So if we take up here in the numerator and we multiply a -1 through there, that's going to change this to a -3. It's going to change this to a -7. That's going to change that to a positive x. So let's look at what we're left with. -3 minus 7 plus x. We can actually turn that around so that it matches that one. So in other words, we can say positive x minus 7. Okay, and we can even get rid of that positive sign. We don't necessarily have to have it. And then x plus 3 and x minus 7. And now we can cancel. So all we really did was we just applied the negative sign through that entire thing. So cancel, cancel. Notice that we do have to set that equal to 0, so we have to have x minus 7 equals 0, plus 7 plus 7. X cannot equal 7, so that's part of our answer. Here's the other part of our answer. Minus 3, x plus 3, x cannot equal 7. All right, let's do one more. Let's finish up with x squared minus y squared over 3x plus 3y. All right, let's go ahead, and this one's got some extra letters in there. There's some y's, but it's okay. We're just going to factor it like normal. On this one, that's a difference of two squares. There's a square, and there is a difference in the middle. So we're going to get an x plus y, x minus y. For the numerator, for the denominator, we're going to factor out our 3, and we're going to get a 3 and an x plus y. All right, now this is interesting because this one's going to cancel this time. And this one's kind of, it's, you know, you'll see in just a second. Well, let's write it. So we have this over this. X minus y over 3. Now, what I said was you need to set this equal to 0. So x plus y equals 0. What's going to happen there? Well, you're just going to solve it like you would if it was a number. It's not, but we're just going to kind of pretend it is. Minus y. So x cannot equal negative y. We don't know what that means right now, but we know that x cannot equal negative y. That's just how we would write it, and this would be our answer. X cannot equal negative y. All right. Well, hopefully you got that. I don't think the concept there is too complicated. I did several of them, so hopefully you kind of got that pattern on how to do it. Solve it, factor it, cancel, and then, find out what x cannot equal. So, yeah. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments, and try to practice some of those. Go to those exercises there in the following page and try some of those, see how you do. All right, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.